In exactly 15 minutes from now, I'm going to hand you $200 for free. No catch, no gimmicks, no opt-in. You don't have to buy anything, give me your details, or jump through any hoops. In fact, you won't have to do a single thing for the $200. It's a gift. The instructions to claim it will pop up right below this video when the timer hits 0. I've even added a countdown so you can watch it tick down. So why am I doing this? Because I'm buying your time. Plain and simple. Your attention is worth more to me than $200, and I'm putting my money where my mouth is. I need you to hear what I'm about to say, and honestly, you'd be doing me a favor by sticking around. But here's the deal. If you leave now, you're walking away from $200. Poof, gone. Cold, hard cash I'm gifting you for giving me a few minutes of your day. So, grab a coffee, sit back, and let's make this worth your while. Because what I'm about to show you has never been shown on the internet, and is worth way more than $200. In the next 7 minutes, I'm going to show you how to generate $400 to $700 per day in true passive income, using what I call $7 tiny online vending machines. Now, if you're here hoping to become a millionaire overnight, I'm sorry, but this isn't for you. But if $400, $600, even $700 a day sounds pretty good, especially when it rolls in while you're sleeping, eating, or binging Netflix, then this might just change your life. Take a look at this. No selling, no website, no talking to anyone, no ads, no TikTok, no Shopify, no experience, no learning curve, no marketing, no social media, nothing you've heard before. And that's exactly why I call them tiny online vending machines. Let me explain. You know those vending machines you see around town? You load them up with snacks, scatter a few in the right places, and they make money on autopilot. You don't need to convince someone to buy chips. They just do. You don't need to pitch. You don't need to post content. You just collect the cash. At most, you refill them once a week. Now, imagine all that, but online, where you don't even have to refill them. There's no maintenance, no driving around, no machines to restock or repair, just passive income to collect. Set them up once, walk away, and watch the money come in. And yes, at $7 each, they cost less than a pizza. So if you're ready, grab a coffee, lean in, and let me show you how this works. Because in less than 6 minutes from now, you'll understand why these little machines are the most unfair, low-effort way to build daily passive income. Hi, I'm Robin, and no, I'm not some slick guru or tech genius. I'm just an ordinary guy, someone who's been where you are right now. Not until long ago, I was almost broke, scraping by, chasing one shiny opportunity after another. You know the drill. Drop shipping, affiliate marketing, YouTube channels, TikTok hustles, digital products. I tried it all, and every time, I'd shell out my hard-earned cash, follow the proven blueprint, and end up with nothing but a lighter wallet and a lot of frustration. Yes, I've fallen for it too. Guru after guru, video after video, all promising me the world. Millionaire mentor, quit your job in 30 days. Yeah, right. I'd sit there watching hours of hype, only to realize I was still stuck. Broke, tired, and honestly, pretty pissed off. Here's what I learned after years of banging my head against the wall. Every single online opportunity out there, every single one, has the same dirty secret. The people making money from them, well, they spent years failing, tweaking, and grinding. And they spent a lot. No, you can't start dropshipping with just a fuke. And no, it's not easy. 99% fail. Or how about all those YouTube or TikTok opportunities you hear people making millions from? All you end up is hours of editing and praying the algorithm likes you, months before something starts moving. Affiliate marketing? Good luck competing with the big dogs. Listen, doesn't matter what online method for generating cash you look at. The stats don't lie. Only 0.1% ever make it big. And even then, it's brutal. It takes time, money, patience, experience, and a mountain of trial and error. I don't know about you, but I didn't sign up for hard. And it's not that I was lazy, I just knew my limitations. I didn't have money, I wasn't a marketer, and I had zero experience. I wanted something that actually works, and that I can actually do it. Something simple, something real. And after all that struggle, I finally stumbled upon an opportunity I've never seen or heard about. Not because I'm special, but because I refuse to give up looking. Here's the plain and simple truth. There's only one way to make real money online without knowledge, money, experience, or grinding your life away. And nobody is talking about it. You won't find this on YouTube, TikTok, or some guru's overpriced course. It's been hiding in plain sight, and if I weren't a coder, I'd have missed it too. See, I've been coding since AI was just a buzzword, scraping by on Upwork for $30 an hour, building apps, fixing bugs, nothing glamorous. Then one day, A client hit me with the strangest request I'd ever heard. Except, he didn't act like a client. He didn't ask for a quote, didn't send project specs, didn't even care about my rate. He just kept asking me questions. Odd ones. Have you ever thought about who controls what people see online? He asked. What if the biggest moneymakers online are the things nobody sees? He continued. At first I thought he was nuts, but then he said something that made me sit up straight. Google's great at showing people what exists, but it's blind to what's missing. And that's where the money is. That line hit different. He didn't sound like some wannabe startup bro. He sounded like someone who knew something. And then he said this. If you understand AI, I'll explain everything. Help me build it, and we'll both get rich. I Googled his name, and my jaw hit the floor. He used to work at Google, not in engineering, not writing code, but deep inside their strategic product and data teams. He spent nearly a decade helping map how people interact with search results, what gets clicked, what gets skipped, and what never shows up at all. He wasn't a coder. He was the guy who read the signals before anyone else even knew they were there. The guy executives asked when they wanted to know what was coming next. He'd been in rooms most people never get into, seen data most of us didn't even know existed. But then, he walked away, quietly. No blog post, no podcast tour, just disappeared. Until now. He told me he left Google because he saw something nobody else saw. A flaw, a massive blind spot in how the internet actually works. Something so big, it could hide billions of dollars in plain sight. He called it the internet's blind spot. Not a bug, not a loophole, something deeper. He said, most people think the internet shows everything, but it doesn't. It only shows you what's already there, what's been posted, published, or paid for. Then he leaned in. But here's the crazy part. There's a whole layer of the internet nobody sees. Not Google, not YouTube, not anyone. Why? He said. Because it hasn't been created yet. It's empty. But not useless. I frowned. What do you mean? Empty. He smiled. That's the gold mine. The things that don't exist yet, that's where the real money hides. Most people search for what's already online. I'm hunting what's missing. And trust me, that's the part worth billions. And then he stopped for a few seconds and then asked me, do you know what lives in that blind spot? I had no idea what he was talking about, but before I could say anything, he continued, domains. I blinked. Domains? Like website names? He nodded. Out of the hundreds of millions of unregistered domains out there, there's a tiny fraction, maybe 0.00001%, that are absolute gold mines. Problem is, it's impossible to find them without AI. If we could find them, all we would need to do is register them for a few bucks. And here is the wild part. I know how we can sell them in a matter of days for huge profits. Not weeks, not months, but days. I thought he was nuts. Gold mines? Domains? What was this guy smoking? But then he broke it down, and it clicked. Picture this, he said. There are hundreds of millions of unregistered potential domains floating around. Most are junk, but deep inside this huge amount of unregistered domains, there are gold mines. In other words, short, 4 or 5 letters, catchy and brandable names that are not registered yet. And here's the thing. These words don't need to mean anything. They just need to sound good. Think of Uber.com, Tesla.com, or Zappos.com. Back before those companies existed, those words meant nothing, and in fact, they are not really words. So why did the founders of Uber.com, Tesla.com, or Zappos.com pay hundreds of thousands for the domains? Simple. They liked those words for their brand, and above all, they were short and memorable. I nodded, and I must admit, still skeptical. AI and machine learning are the key, he said. Humans can't sift through hundreds of millions of possibilities. It's like finding a needle in a haystack the size of Texas. But AI can do what we can't. And not only that, it can analyze patterns from 800 million domains sold over the past 28 years. Think about that. 28 years of data showing what sells, why it sells, and for how much. The AI doesn't guess. It knows which short, catchy names match the blueprint of domains that brands fight over. This is something that was impossible to figure out before AI came into the picture. Now, here is where I had my aha moment. He was right. Look at history. Zappos.com was purchased by someone for a few bucks, a word that means nothing, but short, catchy, and memorable. It sold for over $200,000 to the company who wanted it for their new brand. Zappos. Not bad, huh? $10 turned into $200,000. Same goes for Etsy, Lyft, Vimeo, Yelp, Quora, Reddit, and countless others. These were just random words with no meaning, until the right company came along. And then bam, They were digital gold. Back when they were unregistered. Nobody saw it coming. Nobody except the few with foresight, so they registered them. This guy was a genius, especially if he figured out how to sell them in days. These goldmine domains are still out there, hiding among millions of duds. But now, we have AI, and AI could find them. He needed someone to build that AI tool to hunt these digital treasures, and he offered me a partnership, 50-50. I was skeptical, but I said yes. What did I have to lose? So we started small. We built the AI, trained it, and tested it. We bought 20 domains for $7 each, just $140 total. We listed them on GoDaddy, full of hope, and it was a total flop. We waited for 2 months. Not a single sale. Zero. I was crushed. Weeks of coding, tweaking, dreaming. All for nothing. Back to Upwork, I thought. Back to $30 an hour. I was done. Then, one night at 2 a.m., it hit me like a freight train. The AI wasn't failing because of bad code. It was missing context. We weren't giving it enough of the right data. We'd fed it tons. Hundreds of millions of domain sales from the past 28 years. But here's what we missed. Context. It's 2025. The world's flipped upside down, especially in the last 3 years. New trends, new markets, new everything. Historical data alone wasn't enough anymore. So I hooked the AI up to web scraping, letting it dig through millions of social media posts, blogs, forums, articles, you name it. Suddenly, it could see what's hot right now. Social buzz, emerging niches, tech breakthroughs, market demands, all the stuff that predicts what brands will want next. I retrained the AI. It wasn't easy. In fact, it took around 7 months. We tested it again. Bought 20 new domains for $7 each, $140 total. Listed them. And then, boom. Within 9 days, 6 of them sold, for an average of $4,370 each. That's $26,220 from a $140 experiment. I couldn't believe it. We'd cracked it. So we went bigger, registered 200 more domains, and suddenly, I was sitting on a passive income of around $27,000 a month for doing nothing. No ads, no websites, no hustle, just letting the AI do the heavy lifting and buying highly valuable domains for just $7. We ended up calling these domains nested domains because they're hidden gems, tucked away like treasure in a nest. Look, I don't want to overhype this, but it's hands down the simplest, laziest way I've ever seen to stack passive income. Now, let me show you something that I'm sure will leave you speechless. Here's a nested domain. Druze. Short, catchy, sticks in your head. Let's check if it's available. Simply go to Namecheap or GoDaddy and type it in. Boom, it's up for grabs at $7. Here's the insane part. Proof our AI is a beast. Domains have third-party valuations, just like real estate. You plug it into a valuation site, and it spits out what it's worth. Check this. Druze is valued at $1,900 if you sell it fast, like 5 to 10 days. $15,900 if you wait a month. $29,000 if a broker handles it. Now, here is what we recommend. Sell half your nested domains quick. Taste that cash. Let the rest sit 30 days and rake in $10,000, $15,000, even more. By the way, let me show you something. You want to see how powerful and accurate our AI is? If we just change one letter to the nested domain, from Druze to Droaz, boom, it becomes worthless. Here is another nested domain, Trill. 2.4K, 20.5K. And by the way, we discovered a trick to get the broker-assisted price 10 times faster, without a broker and with just 3 clicks. Here's another one. Dweck. Again. It's simply amazing how accurate our AI is. You change one letter and value drops to 0. Now let's hit pause and do the math. 3 domains. Druze, Trill, Dweck. Each just $7. That's $21 total, less than a pizza. Now let's stack their fast sale value. In other words, we get less money but sell them in around 10 days. That's $1,900 plus $2,400 plus $1,480 equals $5,780. Wait a month? $15,900 plus $20,500 plus $16,400 equals $52,800. This isn't hype or guesswork. It's confirmed, verified value from third-party sites. For $21, you're holding over $30,000 in real worth. Right now, today. And let me tell you a little secret. Domains are digital real estate. That's why it's possible to value them, just like we value physical real estate. Remember, this works so well because you're buying something for almost nothing that has a huge confirmed value. You buy the domain, one click, you list it for sale, another click. And that's it. Just wait 10 to 15 days. And boom, cash starts rolling in. $700 today, $1,300 tomorrow, $400 the next day. Paychecks hitting every few days. For doing nothing. No store, no product, no shipping, no uploading videos, no guessing, no experience. Just pure, simple nested domain plays. You're not hustling. You're planting a seed once and letting it grow while you sleep. It's a quiet little money machine, dropping payouts straight into your pocket. And without AI, we could have never done it. It's a beast, trained on 800 million domain sales in the past 28 years, and scraping the web for what's hot today. We couldn't have done it 5 years ago, or even 1 year ago. But listen close. This window won't last forever. Other AI developers will catch on. Eventually, they'll build their own systems and the nested domains bonanza will end. But not for you. If you're holding 5, 10, 20, or 30 nested domains, when that happens, you're golden. Demand will skyrocket as competitors will start finding and snagging these nested domains. Your 7 gems will climb and climb. Starting today with nested domains is like starting in 2012 with Bitcoin. And if I can give you a bit of advice, it's this. Have fun by selling your nested domains fast. See money coming in almost daily. Taste success and enjoy life. But keep a few for the long term. Remember, it's only $7 each. And wait for a huge jackpot. I'm talking about $100,000 or $200,000 payday. I want you to imagine this. You start small. 5 nested domains. That's $35 out of pocket. 10 or 15 days later, boom, your phone pings. Domain sold for $600. 3 days pass. Boom, another one. Sold for $900. 5 days later, another notification on your phone. Sold for $2,600. You blink, check your bank. $3,500 from a $35 purchase. You didn't lift a finger. Now you're hooked. The system's real. You see it working. So you grab 30 domains. Remember, still just $210. And then it explodes. Notifications every day. $700, $1,300, $400. Cash pouring in while you're sipping coffee, sleeping, living. That's the AI revolution staring you in the face. Grab it. Everyday people like Maria, a school teacher, have already jumped on this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. And it's not just about the money. Maria, for example, found a new life because now she's not stressed. She knows she has a solid monthly income she can count on. No side hustle, no risk, just peace of mind. Jacob made over $4,000 in less than a month from doing absolutely nothing. Because all it takes is 2 clicks. Click number 1, register your nested domain. Click number 2, list it for sale on the same website you registered it. Can it be any easier? Seriously. Frank made almost $2,000 on one of his nested domains and $460 on another in less than 3 weeks. He's keeping some of them for the long run because he knows he'll be able to sell them for tens of thousands. Because remember, time is on your side. Leave a few sitting there for the long haul. And one day they could pay for your kids, or even your grandkids, college tuition. Or maybe a new house. Like Alberto, who gifted 6 nested domains to his grandkids. And still made a quick sale, netting him $6,200 in less than a month. And here's the craziest part. Not one of these people is tech savvy. In fact, for most of them, tech is like reading Chinese. They don't know how to build a website. They've never run an online business. They wouldn't know what HTML means if it smacked them in the face. But none of that matters, because with nested domains, there's nothing techie to learn. No funnels, no ads, no coding, no social media, nothing. If you can click a mouse and type your name into a form, you're more than qualified. It's as easy as paying a bill online. Actually, it's easier. And it's not just Maria, Jacob, Frank, or Alberto. Linda is 62. She worked in customer service her whole life. The only thing she knows how to click is a remote control. But now, she's flipped 5 nested domains for over $9,000. And she still doesn't know what a domain actually means. Marcus, a 19-year-old warehouse worker from Detroit, started with just $21. Bought 3 domains. Sold one a week later for $1,700. He said, "I've never made that kind of money doing so little. It felt like a glitch." Priya, a stay-at-home mom from Arizona, wanted extra cash for her daughter's braces. She registered 7 domains during nap time. Sold 2 within 11 days for $3,300 total. No ads, no hustle, just a quiet win while her baby slept. George, a retired mechanic from Texas, barely uses his phone. His daughter helped him register his first 4 domains. Now, he checks his email once a week and sees deposits like $400, $1,200, $2,000 rolling in. Tammy, a hairstylist from Florida, said she can barely open Gmail, but she's already sold 3 nested domains for over $5,500. She calls it her silent side hustle. Every day you don't own a nested domain is a wasted day. A day you could have banked hundreds or thousands doing nothing. Now, you might be thinking, if this is so good, why aren't you just registering all these domains yourself? Fair question. Here's the deal. It's impossible, even for us. There are over 800 million unregistered domains out there. Only 0.018% are nested domains. Those rare, short, catchy gold mines. Sounds tiny, right? Do the math. That's still 144,000 domains. No single person, no company, not even us with all our resources can grab them all. It's a treasure chest too big to lock down. We're not sitting still, though. We've built a portfolio of nearly 1,000 nested domains already, registered month after month. We've got a full team managing them, flipping them, watching the cash roll in. It's a slick operation, a dream setup. But even with that, we're barely scratching the surface of what's out there. So why lock it up? We're opening nested domains generated by our AI to a limited number of people. You bank the profits, and we charge a small fee for the privilege. Win-win. Business is business, and there's plenty to go around. Let me show you something. This is our members area. Look how simple it is. You just click the blue button below any of the nested domains, and it takes you straight to the #1 domain valuation site. You check the value, takes 2 seconds. You then register it with 1 click, and last you list it for sale. Again, on the same website you register it like GoDaddy or Namecheap. 2nd click. That's it, you're done. And don't worry, there's a step-by-step video tutorial waiting for you. Just watch it once, copy what it shows, and you're good to go. And I'll say it again, if you've ever bought something on Amazon, this is easier. Soon, access to our service will move to a monthly subscription model. And honestly, that's more than fair. After all, you'll be receiving fresh, high-value nested domains every single month. But here's the incredible part. Right now, you can still lock in lifetime access for a one-time payment. And when we make the switch to monthly pricing, it won't affect you, ever. No ongoing fees, no hidden charges, just one payment, and you're in for life. That means if you join today, you'll not only get the same full access, you'll also save thousands of dollars over time. But once we flip the switch, that door closes for good. You get lifetime access to our members area, packed with nested domains with confirmed valuations of at least $3,000 each. Take as many as you want, grow as much as you want. No subscriptions, but you've got to move fast. Competition's coming. AI developers will sniff this out soon, and these domains will vanish. Plus, we're capping membership. We want to protect the supply. 143,000 plus nested domains sound like a lot, but they won't last with a flood of people. And we're keeping it small so our team can give you top-notch support. Spots are limited. Once we hit our limit, the door slams shut. I'll never forget the first deposit notification I got. I'm sitting there messing around on my phone when, ping, a notification. Domain sold. $700 deposited. Seriously. My heart skipped. I can't even explain the feeling. 2 days later, ping. $1,300 wired. Another notification. $2,600 deposit. I was shaking. This was my money from nested domains pouring in while I did nothing. In my first 30 days, I'd stacked over $19,000. In the next week, it can be your phone buzzing. $700 deposited. Next day, $1,300. Another $2,600 a few days later. And all you'll think about is if you are dreaming. No work, no stress, no suppliers, no websites, no customer support, no creating social videos, or listening to guru advice how to get ahead in life. In a month, you could be $10,000, $20,000, even $30,000 richer just living your life while nested domains do the heavy lifting. Remember, time is ticking. Word's getting out. Other AI developers are already sniffing around, and once they crack this, the rush is on. These nested domains will get picked up faster than you can blink. But here's the beauty. If you grab them now, you're untouchable. The world can scramble all at once. You've already got yours. And when the feeding frenzy hits, your little stash doesn't just hold. It soars. More buyers, higher demand, bigger paydays. You're ahead of everyone else. Let everyone else grind 40, 50, 60 hours a week, stuck in soul-crushing jobs, kissing up to bosses they hate, trading their lives for a paycheck that barely covers the bills. Let them waste years chasing online scams, dropshipping disasters, endless TikTok edits, affiliate schemes where the gurus get rich and they get nothing. Let them wrestle with business models so complicated they need a PhD just to break even, drowning through inventory headaches, shipping nightmares, and customer complaints, all for pennies if they're lucky. That's their life, stressed, broke, and burned out. And if you are anywhere close to that, enough is enough. Waking up to an alarm you dread, staring at a bank account that's more red than black, scrolling through another make money quick video that's all hype and no help. I know how it feels because I've been there. You're tired of the grind, the promises, the failures. You're sick of pouring time and cash into things that don't work, watching your dreams slip further away while the clock ticks. You didn't sign up for this. Scraping by, hoping for a break, wondering if easy money is just a myth. You can easily turn your life around, and in just 20 or 30 days from now, while others are stuck in the same old mess, you could be kicking back. Your phone lights up. Ping. $700 deposited. You smirk. Sip your coffee. Ping. $1,300 wired. No office, no stress, no begging the algorithm for scraps. A week later. Ping. $2,600 sold. You're not working. You're winning. Those 7 nested domains you grabbed are churning out cash while you sleep, eat, or binge your favorite show. No inventory to stock, no videos to shoot, no scams to dodge. Just pure lazy profit. In a month, you're $10,000, $20,000 richer, maybe more, free from the grind, the worry, the weight. This isn't a fantasy. It's a choice, and it's within your power to make that choice. And remember, you're not alone in this. We've got your back, 100%. Once you're in, you get full support from us. Our team's active, hands-on, and obsessed with your success. Anything you need, whenever you need it, we're right there. Our community's buzzing too. Real people like you cashing in and living a life they could have never imagined possible. But here's the thing. This is so dead simple. 2 clicks, like I've already shown you, that you'll barely need us. No complicated setups, no steep learning curve. It's practically autopilot. Still, we're here for whatever you need to make sure you're covered. And remember, this isn't hype. It's cold, hard facts. These nested domains aren't some maybe or hope so gamble. They're the hottest thing on the web right now, backed by real data by third-party valuation sites, independent, no BS platforms. I'll repeat because this is so important. Not my opinion, not a sales pitch. Verified numbers from the same tools the pros use. You're snagging domains for $7 that are proven to flip for massive cash. No guesswork, no fairy tales. Just a stack of evidence screaming this is real. It's a no-brainer. Just think that 15 years ago, a handful of people bought Bitcoin for pennies. Pennies. And turned into millionaires. They saw a once-in-a-lifetime shot and took it. Right now, nested domains are that moment. But turbocharged. Forget waiting years. 10, 12 days, and you're raking in huge profits. Not someday cash, now cash. 7 domains flipping for $1,900, $15,000, even $29,000. Fast as lightning. And your one-time payment? That's your ticket to this lifetime gold rush. A one-time payment for unlimited access to a money machine. Chump change compared to what's at stake. Bitcoin was a blind leap. No one knew it would hit $100,000 one day. But nested domains? It's black and white right in front of you. Third-party valuations screaming thousands per domain. You're not guessing. You're seeing the fortune you'll make. This isn't just historic. It's instant historic. Eli, a 71-year-old grandfather from Ohio, never touched a computer until last year. He listed his first 2 nested domains. One sold for $980 in 9 days. The other, $6,400. Just 3 weeks later. Now he jokes that he's finally beating inflation. 1 domain at a time. Monica, a waitress from New Jersey, said she was sick of side hustles that feel like second jobs. She gave this a shot. 3 weeks later, she made $3,100. Working 0 hours. Hector, a bus driver in LA, used his lunch break to grab 5 domains. Didn't tell anyone. He flipped 2 for a combined $2,800. And now he's grabbing more every week. No tech background, no social media, just results. Diane, a full-time caregiver, barely has time to breathe, let alone start a business. But she bought 6 nested domains during a 10-minute break. 12 days later, she sold 1 for $1,650. 16 days later, she sold another 1 for $650. By the end of the month, she was up almost $6,000. She called it the only money I've ever made without giving up more of my time. This is the new life you get, and for less than the cost of a meal at an average restaurant. Look, let's get real. AI by itself hasn't made millionaires in the last 12 months. It's not the tech. It's the tools people build with it that turn ordinary folks into tycoons. How many headlines have you seen? 22-year-old makes $5 million with AI app. AI toolnets teen $10 million. Every day, some kids in the news. Rags to riches. All because they harnessed AI into something brilliant. It's a once-in-a-generation wave, crashing right now, and millionaires are popping up like weeds. E-commerce, apps, trading, you name it. This isn't hype. It's history unfolding. Nested Domains is our AI gift. A tool so sharp, it's slicing through 800 million domain sales of the last 28 years, scraping tens of millions of social posts, articles, websites, blogs, to hand you gold mines. This isn't random. It's calculated, precise, and unrepeatable. AI's unlocked this door, and it'll never swing open again. Not like this. You've seen the pattern. Ordinary people, not geniuses, hitting millions because they grabbed an AI edge. Don't be the sucker on the sidelines, watching some 19-year-old coder buy a Lambo while you scroll X muttering should've. Now, I want to go over some of the most common questions I hear from people, like Liz from Miami, who asks, I'm retired, and to be honest, besides buying stuff online, I have no idea what is what. You think this is for me? Yes, Liz. This was made for you. You don't need tech skills. You don't need marketing experience. If you can buy something online, you're more than ready. It's literally 2 clicks. 1 to register your domain, 1 to list it for sale. No websites, no ads, no stress. If you can order on Amazon, you can do this with your eyes closed. Jake from Sacramento asks, how fast on average will I be able to sell my nested domains? Thanks for the question, Jake. Fast. On average, around 10 days. That's if you're going for a quick flip and fast cash. Want a bigger payday? Just wait longer. It's totally up to you. Fast cash around 7 to 14 days. Bigger money around 30 days. Some people sell in under a week. Others wait a month and get 5 times the payout. You choose your pace. Nancy from Washington asks, how do I get paid once my nested domain is sold? And do I have to talk to anyone? Thanks, Nancy. It's super easy. You get paid directly by the site you listed it on, like GoDaddy or Namecheap. When someone buys your domain, you get an email with the offer. Click Accept, and the platform handles the sale for you. No phone calls, no negotiations, no people, just a confirmation, and money wired straight to your account. Scott from New York asks, will I get the same benefits future subscribers will get once you turn this into a subscription-based model? Great question, Scott. Absolutely. By paying once today, you're locked in for life. No subscriptions, no hidden fees. And yes, you'll get every single benefit that future monthly members will get, without ever paying another cent. You're an early insider, and insiders are always taken care of. Tammy from Houston asks, should I hold part of my nested domains long-term, or just sell them for fast cash? Tammy, here's what we recommend. Sell a few early. Get that fast win, build confidence, and taste the profit, but keep some for the long game. Why? Because a domain you bought for $7 today could be worth $10,000, $25,000, or even $100,000 in a few months. The longer you wait, the more valuable your gems can become. So, yes, cash in quick on some, but definitely tuck a few away for the jackpot. Okay, I want you to check below this video. There's an unregistered nested domain. It's yours. Remember the $200 I promised you just for watching 15 minutes? Free money, no strings attached. But here's the thing. It's worth way more than $200. Go plug it into any domain valuation site. It's valued at over $3,000. Just for sticking around, you're not just getting $200. You're getting a $7 domain that's confirmed, third-party verified to be worth over $3,000. That's $3,000 in your hands, free right now. Register it, list it, and watch it turn into cash. This is your shot, not to watch, but to win. Every day you wait, another millionaire's born, and it's not you. Jump in. Be the action, not the bystander. Hit the Purchase Now button, and welcome to being part of this historic opportunity.